Jobs or projects are used by the commercial costing type within TallyPro. Each job is referenced to a client, whereby jobs for one client can be grouped together. The Jobs view can be launched from the Jobs navigation pane. The Jobs view grid shows all jobs in description order. The grid can be used by sorting the data by clicking on the column headers, using the filter bar to enter characters that filter the data. This can also be used to filter jobs by client, using the filter bar advanced find and search facilities. The toolbar options include an export of the displayed grid to an Excel spreadsheet, printing to a selected printer, or just a refresh of the data. The toolbar options can also be used to add a new job. We will now add a new job. Each job must have a unique code or job number. This would normally be predetermined, but the program can allocate a next number in sequence. Each job can be categorized and must be linked to an existing client. This client can be identified via the form assistant. Each job can be allocated to a department and to a partner or director and manager. These can be different to the ones allocated for the client and can be useful for analysis purposes in the future. Finally, the job can be linked to a work type. This work type will determine the default rate at which time will be charged to the job. Other data fields include the date the job was started and the budgeted hours, cost and billing. The latter can be useful for comparison at a later date. The new job can be saved and another new one created, but if we just save and close, the new job will appear on the Jobs view grid. If we now select the new job by clicking on the grid row and then right-click the mouse, we can see the options available. These include viewing the details of the job, adding the job to the user's My Jobs list, consolidating costs into a single brought forward balance, marking the job as either dormant or deleted. These topics are covered later in this section. For now, we will click View Details and the job data screen will be represented, but this time with 3 additional tabs at the foot of the page. We can now edit the data for the job. We will discuss the Transactions tab later. We can enter the budgeted billing values for the job for each period in the current fiscal year. These values can be compared to the actual billings either on this screen or in the fee forecast report. We can then view all the actions for the job. Actions can include any information or notes that you wish to store, including, for example, project control data. Here we will add a future action to raise an interim bill, and by clicking the Add To-Do List option, this will appear in our scheduled tasks, accessible from the user's home page. Finally, we will save the job data and close the page. The data screen for a job can also be launched by double-clicking on the job grid row. We can now look at the Transactions tab. This defaults to displaying the current month's postings for the job. The from and to dates can be changed, as can the type of postings to be displayed, before clicking the Show button. The Show All checkbox will display all data of the selected type irrespective of any date range. Again, the toolbar options include an export of the displayed grid to an Excel spreadsheet or printing to a selected printer. This is a fast method of producing cost reports for an individual job, filtered as required. Another option on the toolbar is the Move to Next Job and Move to Previous Job options. These will work for any of the data tabs and are useful for scanning data on a set of filtered jobs, maybe for one client. My Jobs is useful to provide an instant view to the user of their current jobs, but can also be used to pre-populate a weekly timesheet with jobs to save them having to select them individually. The My Jobs view shows all jobs that have been added to the My Jobs collection, As previously shown, this is done by right-clicking on a job and selecting the My Jobs option. My Jobs can be viewed and edited as if from the main Jobs view. Similarly, they can be selected and removed from the My Jobs view. The Job Categories view can also be launched from the Jobs navigation pane. Categories are useful for analysis and reporting purposes. The toolbar gives the Add New and Delete options, as well as data refresh, reporting and export. To add a new category, click on the Add New button and enter the code and description for the category, and then click Save and Close. Note, job reports are covered in the Reports section of this demonstration. The Consolidate Costs link can be used to consolidate costs and billings on all jobs into brought forward balances. In practice, individual jobs will be selected and the Consolidate Costs option selected from the right mouse click options. The Consolidate Costs page allows a date range for consolidation to be selected, and clicking on the Calculate button will show the cumulative cost and billings within the range. Before consolidating the costs, the difference between the costs and billings can be written off, or a separate write-off amount can be applied. After clicking Proceed, the individual costs and billings will be consolidated into brought forward balances. Dormant jobs are excluded from views and reports, but can have postings made to them if permitted in the company configuration. The Dormant Jobs view shows all jobs that have been marked as dormant. As previously shown, this is done by right-clicking on a job and selecting the Mark as Dormant option. Dormant jobs can be reinstated as live or indeed marked for deletion by selecting a row and right-clicking the mouse. Dormant jobs can be viewed but not edited as if from the main Jobs view.